Hi guys, today I'm going to be going over homework 12-2, graphing the cosine curve. The first one, you guys are going to go ahead and graph the basic cosine curve, y is equal to cosine x. And they want us to go from negative 2 pi radians to 2 pi radian, which means we're going from negative 360 to positive 360. I don't care whether you guys use degree or radian, but become comfortable with both of them as you guys move forward. Remember, cosine, we're going to be starting at the amplitude and ending at the amplitude. And your amplitude is always right out in front. And if you don't see a number there, you can assume that that will be 1 cosine x. So you're going to start with your 5 main points. Your x value, you're going to start with 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. You're going to start at the amplitude and end at the amplitude. You're going to start at 1, go down to 0, negative 1, 0, and then 1. And this is a continuous cycle that goes on forever and ever and ever there. So just be aware that you guys have to realize that this will continue, but they just wanted you to graph from negative 360 to positive 360. You guys, the max right here is the highest point, that's 1. Your min, your lowest point, that's negative 1. Your range are the y values from low to high. So you see that it's going from negative 1 to positive 1. The domain, a lot of you guys are probably going to be saying it's from negative 360 to positive 360, but because this is a continuous cycle, it's all reals. So just note that there. Your equation of the midline is halfway between negative 1 and positive 1, which is y is equal to 0. You guys can see from negative pi to negative 2 pi right here. This is where it's decreasing, and it's also decreasing right here from 0 to pi. We increase here from negative pi to 0 and from positive pi to 2 pi. The equation of the midline, that's halfway, that's y is equal to 0. I think I said that. Okay, we're going to be moving on to question number 2. The only thing that changes with question number 2 is that we change our amplitude. So instead of saying 1, we're going to say y is equal to 2 cosine x. We have to recall that we're going to be starting at the amplitude and ending at the amplitude. Okay, I put both x values here. This is in degree, this is in radian, depending on what you prefer to work with. So you guys can go ahead and start at 2. You're going to go back to 0, down to negative 2, 0, and 2. And I know I mentioned this in the last video, but if you ever get stuck on going ahead and trying to find out whatever value this is, you guys can just go ahead and press 2 cosine 0, and you guys will see that 2 will come up. Okay, so you guys can go always make sure that you put that in your calculator if you're ever struggling with your table to come up with your y values. You guys have the amplitude right here, which is 2, or how high this goes, your max 2, your min negative 2. The range is from low to high. How low can you go to how high? So you guys are going from negative 2 to positive 2. The domain, this is a continuous cycle, so you guys will say that it's all reals because it'll continue on, even though they only wanted us to graph this right here. If there was a restriction, you guys can go ahead and tell me that it's from negative 360 to positive 360. We want to know when sine of x, actually this right here is 2 cosine x is equal to negative 2. So make that small change on your homework, please. You guys can see when will it be negative 2. There are 2 points right here at pi radian, which is 180 degrees, and negative pi radian, which is at negative 180. You can also look at your table. When is y negative 2? 180. This only focuses on the 5 major points, which is in right over here in this area. So you guys have to also look over here. Okay, and the equation of the midline is y is equal to 0. Okay, we have the next two sketches. This one is a reflection. You guys can see right here this negative causes a reflection, so it flips it or reflects it over the x-axis. So when you guys are doing your table, we have our main point 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. But for this one, we're going to be starting at -1 and ending at -1 because we're flipping it, because we would have started at 1. And when you reflect it or flip it, it goes to -1, to 0, back to 1, 0, and -1. And they only want you to plot from 0 to 2 pi, which is 0 to 360, so you have your points there. Your amplitude is 1, your max 1, your min -1. Your range is from low to high, -1 to 1. This is a continuous cycle. Some of you guys can write from 0 to 360. You guys can see that it's decreasing from pi to 2 pi and increasing from 0 to pi. Okay, and the last one that we're going to focus in on, two things are happening right here. We have a reflection and we have an amplitude of 3. So when you guys go ahead and do this, you're going to focus in on your 5 main points. You're going to start at -3 and end at -3. You're going to go down to 0, back up to 3, 0, -3. Now this will always be helpful to knowing where to start. You guys have the amplitude of 3, max 3, your min is -3, your range is from low to high, -3 to 3, and your domain is all reals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day, and if you have any questions, please give me an email. Send me an email. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.